So welcome to the Physical Evolution webinar. Now, in this exclusive masterclass, I'm going to take you through exactly how you can lose that 10 kilos while simultaneously fixing your sleep, your stress, and your digestion, and improving your overall health. So you might be wondering, is this worth your time? So, yep, you could spend the next 15 minutes or so scrolling Instagram or watching Netflix, and whilst this will give you that quick hit of dopamine and bring some temporary joy to your life, it's not going to bring you value. And I guarantee if you pay attention during this 15 minutes, if you take the notes and choose to take action based off what you learn in this masterclass, you will bring value to your life and you will be able to make significant change. So here's just a few of my amazing members. So on the left, we have Mel. She came to me eating 700 calories a day, and as you can imagine, her energy was nowhere to be found. On the right, 8 weeks later, we built her up to 1,800 calories per day. Her energy was back, and as you can see, she's leaned out really nicely and lost an appreciable body fat. In the middle, we have Karen. Came to me at 102 kilograms and her digestion was just terrible. Everything she ate seemed to cause issues, bloating, pain, gas, etc. And unfortunately, she had a very small range of foods that she could eat without problems. Fast forward 8 weeks and she's dropped 7 kilos. Her digestion is so much better. She has a far greater range of foods that she can eat without problem, and her energy is back. And then on the right, we have Paige. Paige came to me eating 800 calories a day, thinking that she needed to starve herself and train 2 hours per day to get results. We more than doubled her calories to 2,000. As you can imagine, her energy skyrocketed, and she was only training 4 times per week at that point, and obviously lost a lot of body fat as well. So as I've said, grab a pen and paper, take some notes during this 15 to 20 minutes because there's going to be a lot of value in here. So take the notes so that you actually have actionable steps to take after this webinar finishes so that you can make change just from this 15 to 20 minutes. Now, just a brief cap of who I am. So I'm Matt Kerrison. I own and run Physical Evolution, and we specialize in getting women transformations not only in their body composition, but in their health as well. So losing that body fat that you haven't seemed to be able to lose for many months or years, whilst at the same time fixing your sleep, your stress, your digestion, and just you as an overall woman. So my vision is to show mums just like yourself that there is a better way, that you don't have to starve yourself. You don't have to eliminate the foods that you love and eat boring, bland foods, and that you can still have a social life and still enjoy the process whilst getting fantastic results. So I'm sick of seeing women and mums getting taken advantage of and having their wallets emptied by buying into these fad diets and these crazy, crazy methods that just don't work, and all they do is just serve to hurt women. So I'm really passionate about showing there is a better way and a healthier way. So you might be skeptical, but you've got nothing to lose. Pay attention in this 15 minutes and I guarantee you will leave with value and with things you can do right now to start making a change. So the roadmap to get you to your goals is broken down into 3 pillars. So pillar 1 is your mindset, pillar 2 is your nutrition and metabolism, and pillar 3 is your stress, sleep, and digestion. So first of all, pillar 1, the mindset. So the problem you're facing right now is your mind is set up for failure. So you have a short-term mindset as opposed to a long-term mindset. You're conditioned to expect quick fixes and fast results. So you expect to get these big results that you're after in a short amount of time, usually a matter of 2, 3, 4 weeks. And you're lacking the essential behaviours and automated behaviours. So you're relying too heavily on motivation and you're relying too heavily on having to think about every little thing you need to do each day, each week. So the pain this is causing you to experience is you have severe self-doubt, no self-love, and you don't like what looks back at you in the mirror. And you see yourself as a failure because unbeknownst to you, you've been set up to fail. So you've been expecting to get really drastic results in a short amount of time. So when you hit the end of that time, be it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and you haven't achieved that result, you feel like you failed and you wonder why you can't commit to anything. Not realizing that because you've often used these crazy, unsustainable methods, that it sets you up for failure from the get-go because you're not going to be able to stick to that long term. So what is possible is a strong foundation, acceptance and commitment to long-term change, and a positive, resolute mindset and loving the skin you're in. So being in a place where you've accepted the fact that it's going to take some time to get you to where you need to be, but you're okay with that and you're keen to experience the journey to get to that point. Now, what do we need to do to actually get you to a place where your mindset is set up for this long-term change and this long-term commitment? Well, first of all, we need to realize there are no quick fixes. Commit to the long-term change. So I'm going to hazard a guess and guess that it's taken you probably at least a couple of years to get into the condition that you're in right now. So common sense would tell us that it's not going to take a matter of just a few weeks to get us out of that. But this is okay because like I said, the journey is going to be one that you appreciate, and there's going to be so many things that you learn and so many goals that you tick off along the way that will get you to that end goal. And this brings me to my next point. We need to effectively goal set. So yes, the end result is very important, but if we're always focusing on that, we're likely to fall off the path along the way. So what we need to do is break it down into small chunks so that we have goals that we tick off along the way, along the process, to keep us motivated and to keep us driven. And then this is a really important one. We need to take ownership and realize that this is the worst condition you're going to be in, provided you take action. Now, I find it a very liberating thing to realize that you are responsible for the condition that you're in right now, because that also means that you are in complete responsibility and in complete control of what you do and of getting yourself out of this position. So if you decide to take action and actually do something and make a change, then you are in control to getting you to that end result. And we need to build healthy habits. So as you're probably aware, there are a lot of things that need to be done to get you to that end result, into that position where you've lost the weight, you're feeling good again, you're sleeping better, your digestion is fixed, and your stress is fixed. So we don't want to have to be thinking about every little thing we need to do. So we want to ingrain healthy habits and automated behaviors so that we can do a lot of these things on autopilot, making the process a lot easier. So things like, especially when we talk about mindset, things like goal setting, things like gratitude, things like breaking your day down into manageable chunks. And then this is a really important one. We need to find your why. Now, you might be thinking about, I want to lose weight because I want to look better. That's good, that's okay. But we want to get deep into what really motivates you. Now, as a mum, with the mums I've worked with over the years, I find it's usually one of two things. It's usually something related to their kids or something related to their hubby, or both. So try and get down deep into what motivates you and deep into why you want to make a change, because during the periods of time where motivation has waned or where you're really finding it tough, drawing on this deep motivation and your deep why will help to propel you forward and help to keep you on task. So to summarize, pillar one, your mindset. So the problem right now, you have a negative short-term orientated mindset with no automated behaviors. The pain it's causing is setting you up for failure. So as a result, you have no self-love, no confidence, and you just feel desperate, feel like you can't commit to anything. The possibility is that you've accepted that it's going to take some time to get you to where you need to be, and you're committed to that long-term change. And as a result, you've built a strong foundation and you have confidence in what you're doing and where you're going. And the path of doing this is accepting the facts, realizing that you are completely in control and taking ownership of where you are, effectively goal setting, building those healthy habits, and most importantly, finding your deep why and your deep reason for change. So that brings us to pillar number 2, your nutrition and metabolism. So the problem right now is you're not eating the foods you enjoy. You're eating bland foods that you don't like because you perceive these as, in inverted commas, the healthy foods, and you're eliminating the foods that you do enjoy. So you're also using unsustainable methods that have you breaking after only a few weeks. So these are methods like eating really low calorie foods or eliminating whole food groups or both. And then at the moment you have bad habits and a broken metabolism. So your metabolism is really downregulated and it's working against you, not for you. So what this is causing you to experience is extreme hunger, your cravings are through the roof, and there's no enjoyment with your food and no enjoyment in what you're doing. You have the guilt and the feelings of failure because you're part of this cycle where you eat really small amounts of food and you restrict the foods you enjoy. You manage to keep this up for a few weeks, but inevitably you break, and then you fall into binging the foods that you have been eliminating and that you do enjoy. As a result, you feel guilty, you feel like you failed and you don't know why, and then the cycle starts again. And then you're still putting on body fat despite eating next to nothing. And this is due partly because of this restrict and binge cycle you're in, but also because your metabolism isn't where it needs to be as well. So what is possible? What do we need to get you to? So we need to get you to a point where you're nourishing and fueling your body with foods that you actually enjoy. So you're not having to shovel chicken and broccoli down your mouth, down your throat. You're able to enjoy foods that you actually like, and this makes the process a lot more easy and a lot more enjoyable. You still have a social life and you're still getting massive results. So you don't have to say no to drinks out with your friends or to a meal out with a hubby. You can still enjoy yourself and have the results coming. And then you'll have a high functioning metabolism, which means you're allowing yourself to eat plenty of food while still losing fat. So it means you're not having to restrict and you're not having to eat really low amounts of food. You can fuel your body properly, not have that hunger, and still enjoy really good results. Now, this sounds fantastic, but how do we get you there? So first of all, similar to the mindset pillar, we need to build healthy habits around what you eat and how you eat as well. We also need to fix and build your broken metabolism. So we need to build your metabolism up so that, as I touched on in the previous slide, we get to a point where you're able to eat a lot of food, so you're not having to restrict yourself, and therefore you're not always hungry and not always experiencing cravings. And this will also allow you to fuel your body a lot better as well, because obviously your body needs a certain amount of food to function at its most optimal level. And then we need to create a nutritional system that suits you, the individual, because what might work for me and what I might enjoy will likely be something that wouldn't work for you. So we need to find the foods and the methods that suit you as the individual, because this will help with adherence and this will help to sticking to things long term. So to summarize, at the moment, you're eating foods you don't enjoy, your metabolism isn't working for you, it's working against you, and you're using unsustainable methods that's causing you to fall into this cycle of restricting and eliminating, and then binging, and then repeating the cycle again. And the pain this is causing you is obviously extreme hunger, extreme cravings, and then the guilt, the shame, and the feelings of failure, because you can't seem to stick to anything, you can't seem to lose any body fat, and then jumping back into that cycle all over again. Now, what the possibility is for you is being able to enjoy the foods that you like, not having crazy hunger, not having cravings through the roof, having a high functioning metabolism, and still being able to enjoy a social life and enjoy life as a whole. And the way we get you there is by ingraining healthy habits to automate a lot of the behaviors that you need to be doing when it comes to your food, fixing your metabolism so that it's upregulated and it's working for you, not against you. And we need to find an individualized, sustainable nutrition method for yourself so that it's sustainable long term and you're actually enjoying what you're doing and you're not feeling like you're dieting. Okay, so to the third and final pillar, your stress, your sleep, and your digestion. So the problem you're experiencing right now is you struggle to get through the night without constantly waking up. So you wake up in the morning feeling like you haven't slept at all, you've got no energy, and you're already just thinking about getting back into bed that night and trying to sleep again. So your stress is unmanaged and through the roof, and you're always wound up and always feeling like you're bubbling over. And then your stomach and digestive system are a source of constant pain and discomfort. So the bloating, the gas, the pain, it just always seems to be there no matter what you eat. So as I touched on, this poor sleep has you waking up feeling like you haven't slept at all, with no energy, no motivation, and your mood is low and unstable. You're constantly anxious, you're always on edge, and your mind is always racing and full. And you're always bloated and gassy, you have irregular and unhealthy bowel movements, and it seems that no matter what you eat or how restrictive you are, you can't seem to avoid this. And it just has you feeling gross. So the possibility is you're sleeping through the night, you're waking up feeling amazing, actually feeling that you have energy, and actually feeling motivated to tackle the day. So the energy you once had in your 20s is back, you're up and about, and you're keen to get going. And your mind is clear. You're managing that stress, you've got no more anxiety, and you have control over your thoughts and over your mind. And then you're actually eating the foods that you enjoy without having those stomach and digestive problems. So you don't have to be restricting all the different foods through fear of blowing your digestive system up. Now, how do we get to this point? So first of all, with your sleep, we need to create a sleep routine and limit blue light exposure, and then also manage your stress. And this will help to improve your sleep quality and your sleep duration. So to manage your stress, we need to optimize your sleep, and you'll notice that the sleep and the stress go hand in hand. We need to remove the stresses that you can get rid of and manage those that you can't through techniques like meditation, journaling, and walking. And with your digestion, again, we need to reduce your stress. We need to temporarily remove your trigger foods, and we need to build good, healthy habits around eating. So things like chewing your food properly and eating in a mindful, relaxed state as opposed to mindlessly scrolling Facebook or watching TV. So you'll notice here as well that in all 3 points, stress is a major point. So stress is an overarching factor in these areas here. So you won't fix any of the areas without managing your stress. So it's really important that we pay particular attention to managing our stress, like I said, via removing what you can get rid of and then managing what you can't. So to summarize, the problem you have right now is you're having poor sleep, you wake up with no energy, your stress is through the roof, and you're riddled with digestive problems. So this is causing you to have a lack of energy and motivation. You always seem to be on edge or anxious or wound up, and you have constant digestive issues that you can't seem to shake. So your possibility is that you've optimized your sleep, your energy is back, you're feeling good again, your stress is managed so you have clarity of mind, and you fix your digestion, meaning that you're able to enjoy the foods that you like without having those nagging digestive issues all the time. And the path to doing this is to install a consistent sleep routine, manage your stress, remove your dietary triggers, build healthy habits around how you eat, like they're chewing your food properly and eating in a mindful state. And then remember that stress is the overarching factor here. So we want to pay particular attention to stress as it will impact all three areas: the sleep, the stress, and the digestion. So remember, just to recap, we're removing the stresses that we can get rid of, and we're managing what we can't get rid of through techniques like meditation, journaling, walking, etc. So we've been through quite a bit over the last 10 to 15 minutes. So just to summarize, so pillar number one is your mindset. So at the moment, your mindset is short-term orientated and not set up and not committed to a long-term change. As a result, this is having you tripping up, having you set up for failure, and then when you do inevitably fail, you're feeling those feelings of desperation, not knowing what to do and why you can't commit long-term. Pillar number two, your nutrition and metabolism. So at the moment, you're likely buying into this cycle of restricting and eliminating foods that you enjoy, and then eventually, when the hunger and when the cravings get too much, binging. Again, those feelings of failure, those feelings of self-doubt, that desperate feeling of why you can't commit to anything, and then you jump back into the cycle and repeat it all again. At the same time, because of this, your metabolism is down-regulated. It's working against you, not for you. So we need to build that up so that you can handle a much larger amount of food and include all the foods that you enjoy so that you're adhering to what you're doing, but also that you're fueling your body properly and nourishing your body properly. And then finally, your sleep, your stress, and your digestion for pillar three. So at the moment, you're sleeping terribly, you're waking up throughout the night, you're waking up feeling like you haven't slept at all, your stress is through the roof, you're anxious, you haven't got any clarity of mind, and your digestion is stuffed. You're always getting bloating, you're always getting irregular bowel movements, constipation, diarrhea, gas, and you don't know how to fix it. So we need to manage your stress overall. We need to install some consistent sleep routines and manage and eliminate the blue light in the evening. And then with your digestion, we need to, again, manage the stress, and we need to put in healthy habits around how we're eating. So you're chewing your food, you're eating mindfully, and again, managing that stress overall to help with all three areas in that pillar three. So these are some more amazing results from my members. So on the left, we have Jordan. So she's 5 kilos down. Her digestion is fixed, her energy is fixed, and her sleep is fixed. So overall, she's feeling a hell of a lot better. And on the right, we have Kira. So it came to me at 1,100 calories per day. Her digestion was insanely bad. There was just nothing that she could eat without causing problems. We got her to a point where we've almost doubled her food. So she's eating 1,900 calories a day. She's leaned out nicely, but most importantly, she's fixed a lot of those digestive issues, and she has a much wider range of food that you can enjoy now without experiencing those problems like the bloating, the gas, and the pain. So you might be wondering how this is different, because you would have seen so many methods out there, so many programs, and you're probably thinking, yep, look, I've seen it all. How does this differ? Well, most importantly, this is not about quick fixes. It's about long-term sustainability. So I don't want you to focus on getting massive results in 2 weeks or 4 weeks, because it's not going to happen. I want you to commit to the idea of changing long-term, because not only is this what you need, but this is what's going to help you keep your result long-term and sustain it. I'm going to teach you how to get the result, obviously, but most importantly, I'm going to teach you how to keep it and improve it, because I judge myself as a coach not on the result that I get initially, but can my client maintain that when they leave me? Because if they can't, then I haven't done my job properly. So you're going to learn the tools and the ways to get the result and then keep it and improve it without me being there. And then we address all the factors that affect weight loss. So it's not just about your food and your exercise, but it's about your sleep, your stress, and your digestion, because these areas will slow down fat loss and will have a massive effect. And so, as I touched on, it's all about education in this program. So we give you the tools for life so that you're not relying on me to get and keep your result. You have the initial period where you learn from me, but then you'll be able to go off by yourself, get better results, and maintain the results, and then have an impact on the people around you as well. So you're having a massive impact on the people in your life and on the community as a whole. So what's next? Book in a call with me, mark it in your calendar. Show up to this call with the lessons that you learned from today's webinar, and then be open to being coached by myself, because we'll go through how we can customize the physical evolution methods to you as the individual, and just be open to being coached and changed, because this is the method that is going to potentially change your life and finally get you the result that you've been searching for so long. So I'm looking forward to speaking with you on that call. If I don't hear from you, I hope that you've taken notes today, because I know that if you have, this alone will be able to bring great value to your life, and this alone will enable you to take action and start making a really positive change, getting you towards that goal that you've been wanting for so long.